All right, it's 8:03 this morning on Richmond's Morning News. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Coming up this hour, Tom Garrett, member of the House of Delegates, former member of the House of Representatives. So he's worked in Capitol Square and Capitol Hill. He joins us at 8:35. You don't want to miss him. You never know what he's going to say. He is very provocative and fun at the same time. And I love when we have him on the program because he kind of takes you inside what goes on in the General Assembly so we really find out. Again, that's why we tell you, you either start your day with Richmond's Morning News or you're playing catch-up asking people, I didn't know that. Be informed. Listen to Richmond's Morning News. All right. This morning, by the way, what were you telling about our guest coming up at 9 o'clock, Dave?
Leanne Morgan?
Yeah. So she's coming to town.
Yes, in August.
Yeah. 3 shows at the Altria Theater.
And 2 of them are already sold out.
Wow.
So get those tickets for I think there's a late show
on Saturday.
9:30. Yeah. I think it's at 9:30.
Yeah. So we had a chance to talk to her, and we'll have that interview coming up at 9 o'clock this morning on Richmond's Morning News. And then I was going to talk about soccer in the 933 experiment, Dave, but the text lines have blown up over this whole idea of Henrico Police going, okay, enough is enough. We're not putting up with this anymore. We're not going to hold up our 4th of July celebration because kids want to show up and act up. We're going to change the way we go about this. Good. It's about time. It's also about time we start respecting law and order and the police that enforce that law and order. Well, I think I'm going to switch gears. Again, it's the experiment. We do it at 9:33 to end the program. We open up the phone lines for you. And I'll tell you this, Dave. I've talked to people like, it's just weird calling Richmond's Morning News because normally you've never done that before. You're right. But I think more speech is better than less speech. I think more opinions are better. I'm not going to agree with them. Like yesterday, somebody called up and he just wanted to be a troll. I'm like, I don't have time for that. That's okay. And yesterday I got kind of frustrated because a lot of people were mad and I got caught up in your frustration as well. So you never know what's going to happen when we have the 933 experiment. That's why we call it that. I was going to talk about World Cup soccer, but I think I'm going to get into respecting the police and does this generation, and we see these kids, have they been taught that the police are bad or the police are good? Maybe we'll get into that coming up at 9:33. You have to stick around for that. All right, with all that being said, let's get to Richmond's Morning News Brief. Here's all the news you need to know. And again, if you don't wake up with us to start your day, well, you're going to be playing catch-up the rest of the day, trying to figure out what's going on. Story number 1, USA World Cup action. It's a nice run, but all things must come to an end.
Number 1.
Infield, the U.S. is hesitating. A bouncing ball picked up in the box, and that's the opening goal for Belgium. It was to Cantelara, first to react in there in the cross, and now they are in an early hole against Belgium. There's a man lying down behind the wall. Tillman over the line, scores! Malik Tillman! Lightning strikes twice, and the United States has tied the game! Trossard to the byline, gets across, into Cantelara's rising up, and Belgium retake the lead. Moments later, his second goal. Well, don't concede another. Lukaku on the loose ball, scores! Romelu Lukaku. And now they will ride momentum down to Los Angeles Friday afternoon for a showdown with Spain in the World Cup quarterfinal.
Hey, Dave, you produce play-by-play, right? You San Antonio Spurs and other broadcasts. You notice how the broadcaster, when USA went, they shoot, they score! And then when the other team, it's in.
We got to play up the home team.
I know. I just thought that was funny. Long fly ball deep left field. This one's got a shot. It's gone. Adios, pelota. Long fly ball. Oh, that one's getting out of here. Anyway, Team USA loses to Belgium. Dave, you didn't watch any of this, did you?
No, I didn't see any of it. It was past my bedtime.
I you know what? Just for Brian Kilmeade, I'd stayed up to watch it because they said if Kilmeade's going to watch it, I'll watch it. So we went and ate a little dinner. Actually, my son Rigney's in town, so I dropped him off at Poorhouse, and he sat there drinking beer all night watching the game. Very proud of him. We went to dinner somewhere else because it was packed. And then I watched the game until it got to be like 3-1. I'm like, is this over yet? So I called my buddy who actually pays attention to soccer. He goes, Rich, it's like you're down 70-3 in football. You can go to bed. It's over. I'm like, okay, great. I'll go to bed. And then I kind of look quick in the middle of the night and see, oh, they lost 4-1. Okay, I guess my buddy was correct. It was over. It was a nice run. Here's what I'll say. I actually, for one moment, allowed myself to believe that the U.S. could win the World Cup against the most improbable odds, like the Miracle on Ice. And that's good. It gave us hope, and hope is what keeps you going. So hats off to Team USA. I still don't understand your sport. I'm not going to watch soccer again until the next World Cup, but it brought people together, so I'm good with that. Congratulations, Team USA. Nice run. Get to the round of 16, and then we'll see what happens as we finish this thing up. That'll get done. I think around the 16th or so is the finals, somewhere around there. Anyway, story number 2, another loss in court for Jay Jones, our Attorney General, again.
Number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Virginia, where the laws are new, the courts are busy, and everybody's asking the same question. Do we still have a Second Amendment in Virginia, or did they hide it in the fine print?
All right, so here's what's going on.
People read the headlines.
The General Assembly passed a bunch of gun bans, gun laws. The governor signed them, and a lot of them are so poorly written that they're either written that way on purpose to allow them to have, well, extra things fall through the cracks, so ambiguous they can expand the reach of these gun bans, or they're just incompetent. I don't know. You tell me. Either way, they're all now, and a lot of them are under review. So a 3-judge panel was put together by the request, I believe, of the Attorney General, saying, hey, listen, there's so many of these different lawsuits against us. There's 4 big ones, plus the DOJ. Can't we all just kind of move them into one? And 3-panel of judges got together and go, nope. So Jay Jones, another L. Before the court is our new Attorney General. We will have each of these individual. They all have different merits. They all have different logic. They all have different reasoning. They all cite different parts of the Constitution. Jay Jones was trying to combine them all so it would make him easier and make it easier to defend these bad gun laws in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So for him, that's a W. That's another L for the Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Virginia. All of these will, 4 that are filed so far, will go to individual cases, individual courts. So we'll see what happens there. All right, story number 3. I told you so when it comes to the budget, and one of the things they were fighting for was extending, quote-unquote, temporary Obamacare subsidies.
Number 3.
Okay, when we were talking about the budget, and I was like, here's what they want. They want money for the Metro. They want money for slush funds, and I told you they wanted money to extend Obamacare subsidies during COVID that were supposed to be temporary. So here's what we got. Virginia Health Benefit Exchange, the arm of the State Cooperation Commission, estimates 100,000 Virginians lost their health insurance coverage this year after Congress failed to extend the enhanced federal premium tax credits. Huh? What's that mean? This is for the RTD. The federal government still provides insurance premium subsidies to eligible households, but the loss of enhanced tax credits first provided during COVID-19 pandemic has made health insurance less affordable for many families, including those with higher household incomes who still couldn't pay health insurance premiums that rose 22%. So what does that mean in everyday English for you and me? A bunch of people jumped into the Obamacare exchange. They got temporary COVID-19 subsidies to help pay for the health insurance. Those were extended twice, once by the American Rescue Plan, once by the Inflation Reduction Act, but they all had sunsets. They said, we're going to help you during this COVID crisis temporarily. But what happens when you give a cookie to a mouse? He's going to want a glass of milk. You gave them these subsidies temporarily. Now they're demanding they be permanent. Government never shrinks, and that's one of the big fights of why our budget's the way it is and why they were looking for more money to extend a temporary Obamacare subsidies. I don't know. Do they want to make it permanent? Remember, you can keep, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. If you like your plan, you can keep your plan. And this is all going to be cheaper for our healthcare insurance. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? Okay, story number 4, Donald Trump on his way to NATO. He's landed in Turkey. He's got big meetings going on while Iran is shooting at ships during the funeral week of the Ayatollah. That's our 4th story of the morning.
Number 4.
The Iranian government has repeatedly stated that the only safe route through the strait is one it has approved. The ship set on fire by a projectile today was transiting near the coast of Oman. State TV says the liquefied natural gas tanker came under attack after ignoring warnings. Iran suspected of attacking other ships that have sailed through that same area. Those strikes sparked retaliatory attacks by the United States. Iran then went after Gulf Arab neighbors in response. The ongoing conflict and peace process is likely to play a role as President Trump meets NATO leaders here in Ankara, Turkey. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
All right, so Donald Trump is in Turkey right now, meeting with NATO. They'll have a summit, then he'll be coming back to the States. But right now they're having the funeral, the week-long funeral for the Ayatollah. They've said, do not even mess with us during the Ayatollah's funeral. But again, folks, I keep saying this. Please, please, please do not mirror their culture, civilization, and point of view with ours. Ceasefire to us means one thing. Ceasefire to them means another. They say this, they do that. We'll see. If Donald Trump doesn't fire back, you would think, okay, you're being respectful of their national funeral. They'll see it as, oh, you're weak, and we shot at you, and you don't shoot back at us. They just look at the world completely different than we do. Anyway, that's Richmond's Morning News Brief for today. All right, coming up on the program, Tom Garrett, my very good friend, will join us at 8:35 here on Richmond's Morning News. Today's program is brought to you by my very, very dear friends, Robin and Daniel, and the folks at Luster.